The miscalculation. The stars above Earth twinkled with unusual brightness on that fateful night in 2247. Commander Vraxtor of the Zaxxon Empire stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Dominion's Claw, studying the blue planet below with 4 of his 6 eyes. To him, Earth appeared primitive, fragile, and ripe for conquest. The Zaxxon Empire had conquered countless worlds across the galaxy, their crystalline ships powered by technologies that bent the very fabric of space-time. They viewed themselves as the apex predators of the universe, destined to bring order to lesser species through subjugation. Earth, with its divided nations and seemingly outdated technology, seemed like an easy target. "Initiate contact protocols," Vraxtor commanded, his mandibles clicking with anticipation. "Let us see what these humans have to offer before we add their world to our collection." The first contact came through all of Earth's communication channels simultaneously. The message was simple and clear. "We are the Zaxxon Empire. We come in peace to discuss mutual cooperation and cultural exchange." World leaders gathered in emergency sessions. The United Earth Council, a body formed just decades earlier, scrambled to organize humanity's first official response to alien contact. Secretary General Elena Martinez led the diplomatic efforts, presenting a united front that masked the intense preparations happening behind the scenes. For weeks, the Zaxxon played their game perfectly. They shared glimpses of advanced medical technology, demonstrated faster-than-light communication, and spoke of a peaceful galactic community. Ambassador Krulfar, chosen for his ability to mimic empathy, worked tirelessly to gain human trust. "Your species shows great potential," Krulfar told Martinez during one of their many meetings. "With proper guidance, Earth could become a valued member of our galactic family." What the Zaxxon didn't know was that humanity had been preparing for this moment for centuries. Every science fiction story, every alien invasion movie, every theoretical scenario had been studied, analyzed, and incorporated into Earth's secret defense protocols. While diplomats smiled and nodded, military strategists and scientists worked around the clock in hidden facilities across the globe. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, General David Chen coordinated Earth's true defense network. "They're mapping our infrastructure," he reported to the Secret Council. "Their gifts contain surveillance technology. They think we don't notice." Dr. Amara Okonkwo, head of the Advanced Defense Research Division, nodded grimly. "We've reverse-engineered their scanning tech. They're looking for military installations, but they're only finding what we want them to find." The Zaxxon continued their reconnaissance, growing more confident with each passing day. They observed Earth's visible military capabilities: outdated satellites, conventional weapons, limited space presence, and dismissed humanity as a minor obstacle to their expansion. 3 months after first contact, during what was supposed to be a ceremonial exchange of gifts, Vraxtor revealed the Zaxxon's true intentions. Standing before the United Earth Council, his crystalline armor gleaming under the chamber's lights, he declared, "Humans of Earth, your evaluation period has ended. The Zaxxon Empire finds your species lacking in advancement and unity. Therefore, we claim this world and its resources for the glory of the Empire. Surrender now, and your integration will be painless." Martinez stood, her face calm despite the gasps echoing through the chamber. "Commander Vraxtor, I believe you've made a critical error in your assessment." The alien commander's mandibles twitched in what passed for amusement among his species. "And what error would that be, human? You assumed our hospitality was weakness. You mistook our restraint for inability." Martinez pressed a hidden button on her podium. "Activate Prometheus Protocol." Across the globe, hidden facilities powered up. Mountains split open to reveal massive energy cannons. Ocean floors erupted as submarine fleets emerged from camouflaged bases. Orbital platforms decloaked, surrounding the Zaxxon fleet with weapons that shouldn't have existed on such a supposedly primitive world. Vraxtor's confidence wavered as his sensors detected energy signatures that rivaled his own ship's power core. "Impossible." Our scans showed. Exactly what we wanted you to see, Martinez interrupted. Did you really think a species that went from horse-drawn carriages to landing on the moon in less than a century hadn't continued advancing? We just got better at hiding it. The first phase of humanity's response began with precision strikes against Zaxxon scout ships. Particle beam weapons, developed in secret for decades, sliced through alien shields with devastating efficiency. Fighter craft, using propulsion systems reverse-engineered from crashed UFOs, outmaneuvered the surprised Zaxxon pilots. In Tokyo, the entire Shinjuku district transformed as buildings reconfigured into defensive positions. Corporate offices revealed hidden armories. Shopping malls became command centers. The Zaxxon ground forces that had infiltrated the city found themselves surrounded by millions of armed civilians who had trained for this scenario their entire lives. Similar scenes played out across the globe. In London, the ancient subway system became a network of ambush points. In Moscow, babushkas led coordinated attacks using weaponized household items. In New York, street vendors unveiled plasma rifles hidden in hot dog carts. The Zaxxon military doctrine, based on overwhelming technological superiority and psychological intimidation, crumbled against human unpredictability and preparation. They had expected fear and surrender. Instead, they faced a species that had spent millennia perfecting the art of warfare against itself and had united that experience against a common enemy. As the first day of conflict drew to a close, Vraxtor realized the magnitude of his miscalculation. The humans hadn't just prepared for invasion. They had anticipated every possible scenario and developed countermeasures for technologies they hadn't even encountered yet. In his final transmission to the Zaxxon homeworld, Vraxtor warned, "Abort all plans for Earth conquest. These humans, they are not what they appear. They have turned deception into a weapon more powerful than any we possess." But it was too late. Humanity had revealed only a fraction of its true capabilities, and the real counterattack was just beginning. The Zaxxon had awakened something ancient and terrible in the human spirit, the collective determination of a species that had survived ice ages, plagues, and its own destructive tendencies. Earth's warriors were unleashing their fury, and the galaxy would never be the same. The awakening storm. The second day of the conflict dawned with the Zaxxon fleet in disarray. Commander Vraxtor watched helplessly as his supposedly invincible armada faced weapons and tactics that defied everything the Empire knew about human capabilities. In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, Admiral Sarah Chen commanded the Leviathan, Earth's flagship submarine carrier. "Deploy the Kraken Protocol," she ordered. Thousands of autonomous underwater drones surged toward the Zaxxon ships that had descended into Earth's atmosphere, their hulls designed to look like marine life until they attached themselves to alien vessels and began dissolving their armor with engineered bacteria. Above the Indian subcontinent, Wing Commander Raj Patel led a squadron of atmospheric fighters that seemed to defy physics. "Ghost Squadron, engage cloaking systems," he commanded. The fighters vanished from Zaxxon sensors, only to reappear inside the enemy's defensive perimeter, unleashing volleys of antimatter warheads. The Zaxxon found themselves fighting not just a military force, but an entire planet that had transformed into a weapon. Weather control systems, disguised as climate research stations, created localized storms that disrupted alien communications. Civilian satellites revealed themselves as orbital defense platforms. Even Earth's internet infrastructure became a weapon, as quantum computers launched cyber attacks that corrupted Zaxxon battle systems. In Berlin, Professor Hans Müller activated Project Zeitgeist, a psychological warfare initiative that broadcast directly into Zaxxon neural networks. Using captured alien technology combined with human neuroscience, the broadcasts showed the Zaxxon soldiers visions of their own defeats, eroding their morale with terrifying efficiency. Lieutenant Cora, a young Zaxxon officer, reported to Vraxtor with trembling appendages, "Commander, our ground forces are being overwhelmed. The humans, they fight like demons. Children throw explosive devices. Elderly humans operate advanced weaponry. Their pets have been modified for combat. We cannot distinguish civilians from soldiers because they are all soldiers. The underground resistance movements proved particularly devastating. In Sao Paulo, street artist Maria Santos led a group that used modified spray paint to mark Zaxxon units for orbital strikes. In Cairo, archaeologist Dr. Ahmed Hassan revealed that ancient monuments concealed modern defense systems, catching alien forces in deadly crossfire. Most shocking to the Zaxxon was humanity's adaptability. Within hours of capturing Zaxxon technology, human scientists had begun reverse engineering and improving it. Dr. Okonkwo's team in Nigeria developed countermeasures to Zaxxon shields by analyzing the harmonic frequencies of their energy barriers. They learned too quickly, Science Officer Threll reported to Vraxtor. Their neural plasticity exceeds any species we've encountered. They adapt to our tactics before we can fully implement them. The turning point came when humanity revealed Project Phoenix. Hidden lunar bases, constructed in secret over decades, launched a coordinated assault on the Zaxxon command ships. Mass drivers hurled projectiles at relativistic speeds, while directed energy weapons carved through alien armor like hot knives through butter. Meanwhile, on Earth, civilians demonstrated terrifying ingenuity. In Mumbai, tech workers reprogrammed traffic systems to create electromagnetic pulses that disabled Zaxxon ground vehicles. In Sydney, marine biologists released genetically modified sea creatures that disrupted alien underwater operations. In Chicago, architects used building resonance frequencies to create sonic weapons that shattered Zaxxon crystal armor. The Zaxxon military doctrine, unchanged for millennia, proved woefully inadequate against human creativity. Where the Empire relied on standardized approaches, humans employed chaos theory, making their actions impossible to predict. Every Zaxxon victory was immediately countered by 3 new human strategies. General Chen coordinated the global response from the command center beneath Cheyenne Mountain. Initiate Phase 3, he announced. Show them why humans are the apex predators of Earth. Across the planet, wildlife reserves revealed their true purpose. Genetically enhanced predators, bred for generations, were released against Zaxxon ground forces. Eagles with reinforced talons and enhanced vision targeted alien officers. Wolves with augmented intelligence and strength coordinated pack attacks on enemy supply lines. Even insects had been weaponized, with modified mosquitoes carrying tailored pathogens designed specifically for Zaxxon physiology. In space, Captain Elena Rodriguez commanded the Prometheus, humanity's first true warship. Built in secret on the far side of the moon, it employed technologies that seemed to violate known physics. Engage the quantum displacement drive, she ordered. The ship appeared to be in multiple places simultaneously, its weapons striking from impossible angles. The Zaxxon began to panic. Their soldiers refused orders, overwhelmed by the relentless human assault. Vraxtor received reports of mutiny among his ranks, as troops questioned why they had been sent against such a formidable enemy. As night fell on the second day, humanity launched its most audacious operation yet. Specialized teams infiltrated Zaxxon ships using teleportation technology the aliens didn't know existed. Led by former Special Forces operator Marcus Johnson, these teams planted quantum bombs throughout the enemy fleet. Commander, Threll reported with horror, the humans have breached our ships. They're inside our very walls. Vraxtor's response was cut short as Earth's combined space forces launched their primary assault. Kinetic weapons, energy beams, and exotic matter projectiles rained upon the Zaxxon fleet from every direction. The alien ships, designed for intimidation rather than prolonged combat, began to fail under the sustained barrage. In a desperate attempt to salvage the situation, Vraxtor ordered a retreat to regroup beyond lunar orbit. But humanity had anticipated this move. The dark side of the moon lit up as massive rail guns, each the size of a city, fired synchronized volleys that caught the retreating Zaxxon fleet in a deadly crossfire. As the second day ended, the Zaxxon Empire faced a truth they had never encountered before. They were no longer the hunters, but the hunted. Earth's warriors had not just defended their world. They had demonstrated why humans had survived and thrived despite all odds. The storm had awakened, and it was far from over. From prey to predator. By the third day, the Zaxxon invasion force was in shambles. What remained of their fleet huddled beyond Mars, desperately trying to establish communication with their homeworld. Commander Vraxtor, his crystalline armor cracked and dulled, stood on his damaged bridge contemplating the unthinkable: defeat. But humanity wasn't content with mere defense. General Chen initiated Operation Reverse Conquest, signaling the beginning of Earth's counteroffensive. "For too long, we've been seen as prey," he announced to his commanders. "Time to show the galaxy what human predators can do." The first surprise came from an unexpected source. Dr. Maria Kovac, a theoretical physicist from Prague, activated the Einstein-Rosen bridge generator. A massive wormhole opened near Jupiter, and through it emerged Earth's true space fleet, ships that had been constructed in parallel dimensions, hidden from all possible detection. These vessels incorporated technologies from every advanced civilization humanity had secretly encountered over the centuries. Sleek, organic designs merged with crystalline structures and energy matrices that pulsed with contained stellar power. The fleet moved with impossible grace, commanded by Admiral Yuki Tanaka from the flagship Vengeance. "All ships, engage hunter protocols," Tanaka ordered. The human fleet didn't just attack. They stalked their prey with terrifying patience. Using advanced cloaking systems and quantum entanglement communication, they appeared and disappeared at will, striking Zaxxon ships with surgical precision. Meanwhile, Earth's psychological warfare reached new heights. Intercepted Zaxxon communications revealed growing terror among the alien ranks. Stories spread of human demons who could appear anywhere, kill without mercy, and disappear without a trace. Some Zaxxon soldiers began worshipping humans as death gods, offering surrender in exchange for mercy. But the real shock came when humanity revealed the truth about their history. In a broadcast that reached not just the Zaxxon, but every advanced civilization within range, Secretary General Martinez delivered a message that would reshape galactic politics forever. For millennia, Earth has been a testing ground, a crucible where countless species have tried their hand at conquest. Each time, they found us seemingly primitive, divided, and weak. Each time, they learned too late that we had been watching, learning, and preparing. The Zaxxon are merely the latest in a long line of would-be conquerors who underestimated humanity. She revealed ancient artifacts from previous alien invasions, technology caches hidden in plain sight as historical monuments, and genetic evidence of humanity's true origins as a hybrid species engineered for survival and adaptation. "We are not native to Earth," Martinez continued. "We are the descendants of refugees from 1,000 conquered worlds, genetically modified to be the ultimate survivors. Every invasion attempt has only made us stronger, adding new technologies and strategies to our arsenal." This revelation shattered Zaxxon morale completely. They realized they hadn't stumbled upon a primitive world, but had walked into a trap set by the galaxy's most dangerous species. Vraxtor attempted to negotiate surrender, but humanity had different plans. The final battle took place in the asteroid belt. Human ships, using gravity manipulation technology, turned asteroids into weapons, creating a deadly maze that trapped the remaining Zaxxon fleet. Specialized combat units, wearing power armor that merged human and alien technologies, boarded enemy vessels and captured them intact. Colonel Lisa Chung led the assault on Vraxtor's flagship. Her team moved through the corridors like phantoms, neutralizing resistance with non-lethal weapons. "We want them alive," she had ordered. "They have a message to deliver." When Chang finally stood before Vraxtor, the once proud commander knelt in submission. "What are you?" he asked, his voice trembling. "We are humanity," Chang replied. "We are what happens when you push a species to evolve or die. We are the result of every war, every plague, every disaster that tried to end us. And now we are the galaxy's new peacekeepers." The aftermath of the conflict sent shockwaves throughout known space. Earth didn't just repel the invasion. They used it as a demonstration of power that ended the age of galactic conquests. Human ambassadors, backed by the most powerful military force in the galaxy, established new rules for interstellar relations. The Zaxxon Empire, reduced to a fraction of its former power, became the first member of the Earth-led Galactic Alliance. Other civilizations, recognizing the shift in power, quickly joined. Those who had once seen Earth as prey now sought its protection. In the years that followed, humanity's true nature became legend. Stories spread of the warrior species that had disguised itself as primitive, of the planet that was actually a fortress, of the people who had turned suffering into strength. Dr. Okonkwo's research teams shared selective technologies with allied worlds, always keeping humanity's most advanced secrets hidden. Earth became the center of a new galactic order, not through conquest, but through the demonstrated ability to destroy any who threatened peace. And in the depths of space, on monitoring stations throughout the galaxy, a new warning was broadcast to any who might consider Earth an easy target. Here there be dragons. The Zaxxon had thought humans were weak. They had unleashed hell upon themselves, and in doing so, they had awakened the true guardians of the galaxy. As General Chen noted in his final report, we didn't just win a war. We ended the age of galactic empires and began the age of human oversight. Let this be a lesson to all who would threaten peace. Earth's warriors stand ready, and our fury, once unleashed, knows no bounds. The galaxy would never again underestimate humanity. Earth's warriors had shown their true power, and the universe would forever remember the day when the hunted became the ultimate hunters.